Hey, you guys, Alicia Hoffman here. So excited to be part of the Thriving in Uncertain Times virtual conference, and we are definitely in uncertain times. So I'm super excited to give some things away. I'm giving away a freebie, and then I'm also got a bundle for you guys, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that. There will be links below this video, and it'll take you exactly where you need to go. The very first thing, if you just give me your email, I'm going to give you my top tax tips. It's a bit of a tongue twister. I'm a CPA. I've been a CPA for over 24 years. So I know some tips to get you down to the legal minimum. Everything's legal. There's a saying where you're required to pay taxes, but you're not required to leave a tip. So that will give you some starting points, and it'll have the IRS regulations quoted and everything. Then in addition to that, I'm going to be offering a bundle with the tax tips. I'm going to be giving away this How Many Works book. I give this to all my clients. This is just the basics that adults should know about money. This, you can look this up on Amazon. I think it's selling for 17 bucks. I'm going to give you the book. It's a super easy read. I make my daughters read it. And it's got pictures. It's totally my kind of book. Then in addition, I'm going to be giving away the webinar that goes with this book. If you're like me, sometimes you need a little extra or you need an incentive. You read the book and it doesn't really sink in. The webinar is typically $200. I'm throwing that in as well. So it will just do a deeper dive and really hone in on the skills that you need to gain from this book, okay? Then I'm going to be offering a 30-minute consultation, and this is to just see where your financial goals are, where you are in the planning process. So something that I want to talk about is if you're like me, anything that you don't know how to do yourself, or maybe you don't know where to start or don't have a contact on where to start. Something like that, usually it weighs on me, but it gets pushed lower and lower down the list to where sometimes it ends up being a New Year's resolution. An example of this for me was getting my wills done. I didn't know where to start, and I just kept putting it off and putting it off. And then when I was introduced to my estate planning attorney now, it was like, okay, this is a sign. I need to just get this done because I don't want this hanging over me anymore. So I want you to think about this with your finances. I had often thought that with people's personal finances, it would be nice if there was such a thing as a check engine light. So for example, when you're driving along and then the check engine light comes on, that is something that you don't mess around with. You don't put it off. You figure it out. Within the next few days, you're figuring it out. You're calling friends. Hey, do you know of anybody that's reputable and trustworthy to take my car to? Or maybe you have your person that you always go to or your service center. But I want you to think of this time with the virus as kind of your financial engine light gauge is going off. And the reason I say that, the presentation that I'm going to be doing is on the CARES Act. And it's a huge government, 2.2 trillion government spending bill that was signed into law. And the issue is there is relief available, but you have to have your financial house in order, if that makes sense. So if you've been putting this off, then you might lose out on an opportunity to get some relief during this really hard economic times for everyone. So I want you to kind of think about this time as, the economy is really hurting, and you want to take this time to get your financial plan in place. And I don't want you to think about the virus in this time as an excuse to put it off any longer. It's going to be super simple to have a Zoom call with me. It's only 30 minutes. And if you think about it, there's a lot of unknowns. We don't know when the economy is going to get back to normal. We don't know when kids are going back to school or when, you know, restaurants will reopen. But we do know that, you know, 6 weeks from now, it's going to be 6 weeks later. 6 months from now, 6 months will have passed. And a year from now, you know, it's going to be a year. That time is constant. It's going. So don't use this time as an excuse to put off getting your financial house in order. If you think, if you've never looked under the hood and you think your check engine light might be going off, then I'm going to have a link to schedule 30 minutes with me. It's going to be the, you're going to get the tax checklist, you're going to get the book, you're going to get the webinar that accompanies the book, and then you're also going to get 30 minutes with me, and we will see kind of where you are now and where do you want to go. You might want to, using the car analogy, you might want to take a trip cross country, West Coast to East Coast. And, but your car might not be financially fit, so to speak, to get you to, you know, Nevada. You couldn't even go to Vegas if you wanted to. I'm just throwing an analogy out there to see if it kind of sinks in with you. So it's going to be super simple, 30 minutes on the phone with me, and let's get a plan in place so you have a crystal clear understanding of what that path looks like for you. And you might be wondering, why 30 minutes and why am I qualified? Well, I'm a CPA, but in addition to that, I also have a business called WizBiz Kids. This is my passion. I'm so invested in having people understand and be set up to live a life of financial success and have financial freedom that I have a business and a program that teaches kids. I teach 7 and 8 year olds. So, and they get it. They get it. And that's what I want for everyone, no matter what age. And I realize that people are hurting right now economically, and I want to offer something to you guys as well. So let's get on, schedule some time with me. I'll have a link to my calendar. And for all of this, the tax tips, the book, the webinar, 30-minute consultation with me, all of that would clearly be over $500, and I'm offering that for $47. So don't put that off any longer if you already are. And let's get you set up so you can live a life of your dreams, and you can take that off of out of your headspace so you can focus on your gifts and be a contribution in a world that works for everyone. I look forward to talking with you.